That's not English, Brian. It's German.
Oh, fair.
So what I told you is true, from a certain point of view.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to A Certain Point of View. We are live. It is Monday evening, and we are excited to be here. As you can see, we are -1 this evening. She's off adventuring with her mother, having drinks.
Gallivanting, if you will.
Popping bottles. Yeah, they are having fun. Jill will be back later this week. But we're here. We're here holding down the fort. Excited to talk about some things that are coming up in the next couple of months. Fall is essentially here. Not officially, but it is basically here. And that means movies and television and a lot of other things in the world of entertainment are headed our way with the new season. So we're going to be diving into that. And of course, we're going to be taking your questions throughout the show. We're bookmarking them. So if you guys have any questions regarding anything that you would like to talk about, if it's movies, television, could be gossip, could be sports to an extent for Molly, we'll answer your questions as best as we can. So make sure you guys are leaving those. So yeah, thank you guys. But crew, we're here ready to talk some fun things that are going to be headed our way soon. Molly, how you doing this evening?
Doing good. Had a pretty chill Monday. I've started a Gilmore Girls rewatch that I'm very much into. Like anytime I have any downtime, I just throw that on and turn on all my spooky lights. Get in the
Candles.
fall mode, candles, all of it. I'm ready. Yeah. Good
Never
Monday
seen Gilmore
so far.
Girls. Never seen that.
Oh, it's
I don't think it's a type of show that calls to me.
I'm not gay enough for that show.
Alex likes it.
What the fuck?
Alex,
Brian,
it wasn't his idea to watch it, but anytime it's on, he will sit and watch. So
I think that's how most guys are. I've caught myself every so often watching something that Gabby is watching or has on, just because I think we just naturally just sit there and wonder, and our curiosity has peaked a little bit. I've seen clips of Gilmore Girls and stuff, so I think I know the gist of what the show's about. I just don't know if I'll ever willingly put it on.
I'm convinced that if you actually just weren't stubborn and would sit there and watch our trash TV that Gabby and I watch, you would get into it.
I think that's pushing it a little too far.
I don't think so. Tim, I want to start watching
We'll get to that in just a little bit, Brian.
I know, I'm just saying that is one show that actually, it's funny that you brought that up because I think I bookmarked it yesterday, literally. So, because it's freaking every other TikTok ad.
not for me.
Sports.
Fair.
Brian, how you doing this evening?
I'm fine. Today was all over the place. Took me 3 hours to drive from the Bay Area to work this morning.
Ooh.
Jake, it took me an hour and a half to traverse the causeway.
Ugh.
What does that even mean?
So Sacramento is basically surrounded by a river. And so there's a lot of marsh-ish land on the outskirts of it. And they have this really... What?
Those are rice fields.
Someone's always told me that, but they're always dry. So I always didn't believe
There's
that.
seasons, Brian. You don't just grow rice 12 months out of the year.
But there's always cows in there and stuff too.
In the off season.
I don't want them pooping on the rice.
It's fertilizer.
It gets washed.
I don't know. Anyways, there's a super long, it's not a bridge, but it's
a bridge for lack of a better term. It's a bridge. But it's not a big bridge. It's just lifted off of the ground.
Yeah, it's not even that high off the ground. But it's decently long. Probably what? A 2 miles?
Yeah, it's a couple miles.
Yeah. And freaking an hour and a half. Molly and normal driving.
But that's through Davis, right? Davis to West Sac.
Yeah.
That's the single worst part of any freeway out into the Sacramento area. It is by far the worst. So I'm not surprised. And also this construction that's going on currently through Davis is also a big reason why.
That's why they had one lane open, and at like rush hour time. So yeah, so that threw me off. Although I did get to start late work late. God, I'm all over the place.
I ended up waking up a lot earlier than I meant to today, so I feel kind of like woozy at this point. I'm tired.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Molly, it's funny. I think my phone heard you talk about snoring stuff because I keep getting like snoring things on my TikTok, and one of them was literally this girlfriend stuck clear tape over her husband, and his face would just go like balloon. Yeah. Balloon. Yeah. I was like, Molly's gonna literally just, if I send her this, go around everyone at the cabin and just gonna have like the house lift up from the amount of balloon faces.
They would suffocate.
Yeah. How are they breathing?
I mean, I assume that forces
Through
them to
their
breathe out of
nose.
their nose, but
Yeah, but
you're
if
assuming their noses aren't all stuffed up. But
Yeah,
it won't be a problem this year because we have a new cabin and there are more places to sleep and more places to get away from the snoring people.
When you put some tape over someone's mouth and they're breathing out of their mouth, your body must say, okay, now it's time to breathe out of your nose because you're sleeping. Like you don't make that choice.
Yeah.
The video did. She would just puff up, but then it would blow out the nose.
That's so messed up. I'd be so mad if I woke up with tape on my mouth.
You don't snore, so you're fine.
But I sleep talk.
I know, but that's entertaining.
Could you imagine me sleep talking with taped mouth?
Well,
That'd be bad.
Gabby, we can find out if you want.
No. We're not doing that. Oh no, don't get any
Pretty
ideas.
sure I would wake up if someone put tape over my mouth.
I think so too. Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah.
You got to be a deep sleeper if someone's literally putting tape on your face.
Yeah, I don't know. The meanest part was he had a mustache and.
I don't even want to think about that.
No. Yeah. See, Gabby, I don't know how you deal with the sleep talking. That
Alex talks in his sleep too.
I've been doing this since I was a kid, so sorry about it.
I used to sleepwalk, but I thank God I out.
Sleepwalking is way creepier.
I agree, 100%.
I remember when I was like 14 years old, because my sister did it as well. I woke up to her literally sprinting through the hallways of our house, and her eyes were wide open, and she was sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
My dad had to pick her up. My dad had to pick her up and like hold her as she was like screaming. Her eyes are wide open, looking at you, and she's dead asleep.
Yeah, I was laying in my bed one time talking to my mom, and all of a sudden my sister slept walk into my room and just started babbling about something.
Dude,
and then all
wild.
of a sudden,
It's like,
and then all of a sudden, she just did this. She wasn't she's talking to my mom, and I'm laying in my bed, and she just did this.
It's wild, man.
And I was like,
crazy.
My mom was like, "Don't do."
Yeah, you're not supposed to wake them up. You gotta let them do their thing.
It was.
Gotta let them do their thing.
Yeah, one of the scariest things I've ever witnessed in my life, and I was like, she's gonna kill me right now.
If
like,
my kids do that, though, I'm 100% recording that and putting it on TikTok or something. Like that's viral, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Viral content.
I feel like all the sleepwalkers on TikTok are staged.
Probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, I feel like tons of stuff like that's supposed to look not staged is staged. But
yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. You're a heavy sleeper, though.
Mm-hmm. Sure am.
I remember the one time in the 7 years I've known you, 7, yeah, when you accidentally fell asleep and took a nap on the bed, and Gabby was like, "Where's my boyfriend?" I'm like, "I think he's asleep," and she's like, "Go wake him up." I was like, literally, like,
I was tired, man.
Like pushed, like, wake up.
You know that when I nap, like I'm tired. Like if I fall asleep, like I'm tired because I don't rarely ever happens.
I only know of one time you've ever napped, and it was that one time I had to wake you up, and I was like about to text Gabby, being like, he might be dead, like, maybe. So yeah, how's your day?
It's a Monday. Long weekend. We did a lot of stuff around the house. Actually, Saturday was pretty nice. I did a lot of stuff around the house just because Gabby is 9 months pregnant, so she's trying to stay off her feet as much as she can. We ended up so Friday night I came home from work. I had the idea. I was like, you know what? Wasn't not my sister's wedding anymore. We have some time. Let's take the weekend. We got some sushi. We watched The Little Mermaid. Might not have been the best combination, but
That's pretty. That's like watching Chicken Run and eating chicken pot pie.
Yeah. Hey, it happened. It was great. We stuffed our faces. And then Saturday did a lot of stuff around the house, and then we watched a movie on Hulu called To Catch a Killer. It's with Shailene Woodley. It's actually pretty good. Shailene Woodley and Ben Mendelsohn. And then Sunday, my parents came over yesterday. We did some stuff with the baby, and we're going to be building a custom closet setup for the baby. And my dad came over and got some measurements, and so yeah, very productive weekend. And then Monday at work is Monday, and I got to go in at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So I got an early morning tomorrow morning. So yeah,
6 a.m. Boo.
I know. 5:30 leave time at the house. Wake up about 4:45 ish. Oh yeah. Long day.
Harrison, I have not eaten a chicken pot pie since that movie came out.
How is it? I don't know if Chicken Run's an underrated movie. That movie is incredible.
I'm not kidding. And to this day, I still won't eat a chicken pot pie.
I mean, I don't know how often I think about eating chicken pot pies.
Yeah, same. I love chicken pot pie, but I don't think.
I think I saw. Is the sequel Chicken Nuggets?
Well, no, it's called Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget.
Yeah.
It's about the two main characters. It's about their kid, and instead of breaking out, they're breaking in. Fun. If you've never seen Chicken Run, go watch Chicken Run. Chicken Run is awesome. It's a great movie.
Go watch Treasure Planet. That's a real.
Go watch Treasure Planet. Facts. Go watch Treasure Planet.
I mean, if you were one of our patrons, you could have seen it last night with us.
Yeah. It was a great watch along. It's a lot of fun.
I would actually genuinely want to see that in theaters I think it would be really cool on a big screen to see.
For sure.
I dig it.
All right, well, let's get into some stuff. Before we do, just a reminder, if you guys have questions, we're going to be bookmarking them. We're going to be answering them either throughout the show or towards the end of the topic. So again, it can be about anything: movies, television, entertainment, pop culture, whatever. Leave your questions. We're going to bookmark them. But for now, let's dive into some movies and television that we're looking forward to for the rest of the year. We have, after September, we have 3 months left of 2023. A lot of things that are not a lot of things, but there are some things that are coming our way as far as movies, new TV shows, maybe new seasons of shows that may be returning. Molly, I'll let you start us off with one movie or television show that you might be looking forward to, and then we'll just pick our way through that.
I'll try to pick one that maybe isn't on all of our lists.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably on yours, Jake, The Creator.
Oh my God.
The new Gareth Edwards movie.
Oh my God, yes.
It's a post-apocalyptic thriller with like an AI cyborg human.
So I haven't seen any footage, like, because I stopped watching trailers. All I've seen is like images and the posters. Losing my mind over
wild.
It. Losing my mind over it.
It looks really cool. It's basically about, there's like an ex-special forces agent who has to track down the creator of this AI thing. And like I'm just a big fan of Gareth Edwards ever since
Me too.
I saw Rogue One, and then I looked into a lot of his other stuff, and I don't know, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
And the special effects look really cool too.
Yeah, I think Gareth Edwards, I think he gets a lot of flack. So he did Rogue One, and I know there's obviously so much talk about, what did he direct? What did he do? Like, just all those people who come out of the woodworks. I credit Rogue One to him. He did a 2010 movie called Monsters. Then he did a sequel. But the other movie that I think a lot of people forget he directed was Godzilla, the first Godzilla of the whole Godzilla verse. And he gets a lot of flack because that movie was set up in a specific way with directing, whereas the monster fights were kind of shown, but then they weren't shown until the end. I actually like Godzilla the more and more I watch it. And I feel like he just never gets the credit he deserves. But what he specializes in is this like sci-fi world.
Yeah.
He's so good at being like original with the content that he makes. And then you throw someone in like John David Washington, and I'm like, yes, like sign me up. I'm in. You know, it's not a hugely budgeted film. It's not a mainstream media type of film. It's not a gigantic blockbuster, which leads me to believe that like this movie is gonna be awesome in all kinds of way.
I feel like he does a good job at like not treating the audience like children.
True. Yeah.
And not, you know, like walking you through every little thing in whatever world it is. He kind of just throws you in and it just works.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, he very much did that with Rogue One. Very much did that with Rogue One. I mean, look, if you like Rogue One, you're more than likely going to like this movie. Like, you know, because Rogue One then led into something like Andor, and then you throw like this, like kind of in a similar vein, just with a little bit different technology and a little bit of a different world. 100%. I'm glad you brought that up, Molly. That's a great pick.
I agree. It looks really good. I keep seeing them on just Instagram and TikTok and whatever. They keep putting the AI people in sports stadiums and having them act like normal people.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Like someone put a picture, because have you seen how they have like the whole side and whatnot? So they had it might have been the Chargers 49er game. Was it Chargers 49ers Rams? One of those. And they just literally just sat there with popcorn the whole entire time and didn't move and just watched.
Okay, I just Googled it and I see what I see.
That's wild.
That's
dude,
cool.
They have them just walking around, just not talking to anyone, just like walking.
That's such good marketing too.
Yeah,
like
so good. I love those type of Everyone keeps saying like, oh, there's copying Smile, because remember Smile would buy the tickets behind the plates and
that's not copying. That's just taking advantage of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean anything that gets people's attention and causes them to take video and share it with their friends. They're doing the marketing for them at that point.
I love it. Like when I saw that, I was like, dude, that I would be like not nervous around that, but like even it would just be like I would catch myself like, yeah, like it's I don't know. I love that type of stuff.
It's taking advantage of it. I mean, that's something that stuff like Deadpool and Barbie did very well. So why not?
Yeah,
clearly works.
Yeah, I think it's cool, and I love the pictures of them too. Like, just no expression, like holding up a foam finger.
You got to be good at what you do to be able to do that too.
Oh God,
not have a reaction to anything.
Not have ADD.
It's very, very difficult to do. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm down. I don't know. I watched the trailer one time. I was like, oh, this looks good. But other than that, that's pretty much all I know about it. So
yeah, I mean, it's probably one that's better going in knowing less.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah. All right, Brian, you're up next. What do you got?
So mine just came out this weekend. I believe it was this weekend.
This last Friday or this upcoming?
Last Friday, the 15th, I think it was, or 16th, whatever. I don't know. And that is a show on Amazon called Wilderness. Have you seen the advertisements for it, Jake?
I have. It's got my girl in it.
It's what?
It's got a, isn't it? Isn't that the one with Kieran Shipka?
No,
That's not her.
it's
I'm thinking of a different show then.
Jenna Coleman.
Oh, Jenna
Oh,
Coleman,
okay.
Oliver Jackson Will.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically, I think, like husband cheated on her, and she's thinking of all different ways she wants to kill him, and then they go on a road trip, and like chaos ensues, let's say. But it looked really good. I may or may not have drawn my attention because of a Taylor Swift song at the beginning of the trailer.
Oh my God.
But it just overall looked good. And I think that the gentleman that plays the husband,
Oliver Jackson Cohen.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man.
Yeah. Is criminally underrated because everything I've seen him in, he has been great in.
Well, Brian, remember, I picked him to play Green Lantern.
I'm fine with that.
I said he'd be a really good Hal Jordan.
Yeah. I'm totally down for that. But yeah,
Oh, he was in the
Yeah, he's in the
Haunting
Haunting of
Hill
Hill
House.
Yeah,
he
he's
plays
in
the
first
older
one.
version of the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the first one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
He's in
came
the-
from Mike Flanagan's world. That's kind of where he first started popping up. I think he might have been in the second season as well.
I think he's been. I think he was. I don't think he had as big of a role.
I think so. In my opinion, right now, if we're to do like the streaming stuff, Apple to me creates the best content. I think they have the best as far as television series. Right behind them, I put Prime Video. I love what Prime does. Like I really do with a lot of their series. They do a lot of different types of things, very similar to what Apple does. Not a lot of them are hugely popular or major, titles that people recognize, but stuff like this where they're giving smaller stories chances and seeing what the first season does and then moving on from there and attracting people like Oliver Jackson Cohen. Or I saw Ashley Benson was on the list, which she's probably a little bit more recognizable to some people. Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, now that I remember it's there, I'll definitely give it a shot, see what it's like.
If Gabby's still watching, Gabby, I think this would be right up your alley as well. So, yeah, he was in Hill House and Bly Manor.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting. I mean, it sounds like it would be up my alley too. I might have to add that one to my list.
Yeah, I mean, you and Jill, I think.
Might have a POV homework assignment.
Well, I'm going to start watching it probably.
Is it out already? You said
it came out Friday.
But did they release every episode?
Mm-hmm. They dropped the whole thing.
They did. See,
wow.
That's the thing that does bother me about Prime is their bigger budget shows. They do an episode per week, and then the other smaller shows they just drop it all at once.
Gabby,
it all varies.
Gabby, it's called Wilderness. I think I have a feeling this might be a one season show, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I just popped over to Rotten Tomatoes. It's got pretty mixed reviews, but I feel like a show like this, you have to know what it is, and it sounds like the kind of show that reviewers will score lower than normal. But I always look at reviews and then I don't care what they are. I'm just curious.
Rarely,
I hardly ever pay attention anymore to reviews.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, make your own opinion.
It's so crazy that culture 10 years ago was so different. How many stars something got or whose name is on it or what percentage it has. Now it's like irrelevant to most people.
Now it's like the only reviews that I will pay attention to. I'll go to, I forget which website it is, but they'll say like stream it or skip it. I will only go to that site to look up reviews of documentaries because I don't want to be like super into the story if it's a true story and then be completely let down at the end.
Fair. That's very fair. Especially a true story. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's like my cousin is a psychopath. She reads the last chapter of a book before she buys it to make sure it's a happy ending.
Oh my God.
And
how would you know just from the last chapter though?
I don't know.
That's
but
bold.
She is Gabby, that was actually on my list.
He's obsessed with it. I was going to bring it up, but for anybody who's somewhat into sports and wants to see like a good story about two brothers, the Kelsey brother documentary on Prime Video is actually supposedly incredible.
Their
And Gabby was
podcast.
gushing about it like all weekend long. So
You better watch out. Okay, well, hold on. Gabby, do you like Travis or do you
she
like
likes Jason more.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I was
she
gonna
likes
say
Jason.
we can't allow her to
Yeah.
fall to the lure of the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, and their podcast is actually pretty fantastic too.
It's very funny. It's a very funny
hilarious.
show. Yeah. No, that's cool, Brian. I'm gonna put it on the list. See if I can catch it here soon. I know that Gabby has been looking for something to watch too, so I'm sure I'll watch the first episode with her, and then the next day she'll have it finished. So
good for her.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with TV on mine. And just real quick, Andrew Haley did ask if we had a Discord server. Andrew, thank you so much. But our Discord is part of our Patreon. So for $1 a month, anybody and everyone can join. It's a great community. Patreon link is down below. We'd love to have you. We talk all kinds of movies, television, other random stuff as well. It's down there in the description. But yeah, I'm going to stick with TV on mine. And this is one that comes out this weekend. I got to bring it up because it's one of my favorite shows on the planet. Sex Education, the final season is coming out this weekend.
Is it this weekend?
I believe it is this weekend.
Oh, I thought it was next weekend.
Maybe it is next weekend. It might be.
September 21st.
It is this weekend.
It is this weekend.
Yeah. So, which is Thursday, which is an interesting release date. But I am so much looking forward to this, seeing how this show ends. I think it's one of the most. It's weird because it's so good, but it feels so underrated over the last couple of years since it's been out.
It has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but it feels like it just doesn't get talked about.
It really doesn't.
It's brilliant in the way that it tells stories. It deals with everything you possibly can deal with as far as a high school kid in every facet. And there's some really, really good actors in the show. Yeah, and more. Maybe more too much for some people. There are some really good actors in this show that have gone on to play some pretty cool parts in movies or television shows. The gentleman who plays Eric in Sex Education is now the new Doctor Who. He was also in Barbie. Yeah, along with the female lead who plays Maeve. She was also in Barbie. She's the Margot Robbie lookalike. Obviously, the main gentleman who plays Otis has been around for a little bit, ever since he was a kid. But the show is really good. It deals with stuff in such a great way. The writing is incredible. And I really hope it ends on a happy ending. Maeve and Otis for life, please.
I should watch that. I started it. I think I may have watched all of season 1 back when it first came out, and then I fell off because Alex didn't want to watch it with me.
Alex didn't care for it?
Not really, but I don't think he gave it a fair shot.
Got it.
You already know that his taste is slightly skewed. You need to make up your own decisions.
Sometimes he surprises me with his taste, so you never know.
Yeah, I still can't get over the fact that he loves Love Is Blind.
That just became like a tradition to watch for us, like together, just so we could shit talk the couples and all the bad mistakes they're making.
Yeah.
I can't believe I had no idea. She told me yesterday that season 5 is coming out this weekend.
Yeah, they dropped the trailer for it. I'm sure Gabby and I will end up.
We got our gold goblets ready to go.
Yeah, she'll probably watch it without me. So
anything.
Anyway, let's
sorry.
Sex Education, everybody. Come on.
Sorry.
I just want to talk about the show. It's just not talked about enough. It's taken over by other stuff. So Molly, you've seen the first season.
Yes.
Brian,
I've seen all of them.
You have seen it all. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. This is, I think, top 3 of Netflix's shows they've ever put out.
I mean, I don't disagree.
in it, right? From X-Files.
Yeah. What's her name?
Who?
Gillian
Scully.
Anderson.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Honestly,
I rewatched it with Gabby last year. She did a rewatch because she was behind, and it's.
Excuse you.
That was not me. I'm not the fart monster from Treasure Planet.
Mr. Snuff. Yeah,
I do not speak flatulence or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I think the show just very much holds up too. If you're interested in watching it or haven't heard of it before, again, the 4th season comes out this weekend, and
Jake, would you say it's the best show from Netflix? I'd probably put it at number 2.
I like it more than Stranger Things.
Oh.
I think Stranger Things hasn't been as consistent as Sex Education, but there's how much I love Bodyguard. The 6-episode miniseries.
Honestly, that one took a hit for me because of them only just doing the 6 and not following up on. Like, it pissed me off. Like, that should have been a bigger thing that it.
I mean, there's no much story you can tell, but I think as a multiple season show, and I don't have every Netflix show off the top of my head.
Well, see, I was waiting for you to say Uhtred, Son of Uhtred.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't beat The Last Kingdom. No. The Last Kingdom and then Sex Education. You know how I like my Vikings.
I know, that's why I was like,
I'm Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Yeah. Don't get me started on that stuff.
Instead of how often do you think of the Roman Empire, it's how often
I
Jake think about Vikings.
Multiple times a day. Multiple times a day. Yeah. Multiple times a day. For sure.
Shout out Carter for coming over from Star Wars Explained. Hello.
Yeah, Carter, thank you for the comment. He said, y'all are awesome on Star Wars Explained stream last week, so I had to come out and check out the channel. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you stay around.
We already know you came here because of my Per drawing. Clearly
can't be beat.
Yeah.
All right, Molly, do you have another one that you would like to bring up?
Let's see. I will go ahead and bring up The Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah.
Because I know that's one that we were all looking forward to. Spooky season is not complete.
That's Netflix stuff too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
That stuff's Hill House is in the running. Hill House is in the running.
It is not.
We should rank Netflix content. Even
until
though
Mike Flanagan has a show out.
Mike Flanagan and he stepped into film with Dr. Sleep. I love the way he tells television.
Dr. Sleep is, you think, yes.
It's so good.
We already know I am a big puss when it comes to scary movies, and I loved that
with
movie.
Capital P.
Capital P, underlined, italic.
I think he is so strong in like keeping a story consistent. Because what was the Midnight Mass? I did not think I would like Midnight Mass as much as I did, because the story was kind of like spread out. It was a little different in how he would told the previous two. But by the end of it, I was like obsessed at how like smart the story was.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously the first two, Hill House and Bly Manor, both had like a big moment. Like I'm telling you, I will never forget when we learn in Hill House when she put the noose around herself. I will never forget watching that for the first time. That is brilliant storytelling.
There's just so many things. It's again, capital P on puss, and I look forward to these shows. There's nothing like it. It's scary, but like even like the scaredy cats like me want to keep watching because the story is so good.
Yeah.
So I was looking up the shortest summary I could find about it. So it's loosely based on Edgar Allan Poe. It follows the CEO of a corrupt pharmaceutical company that faces his mistakes when his children start dying in strange and gruesome ways.
Dude, this is going to be crazy. And
Mark Hamill's in it.
This is going to be crazy.
I know a lot of people don't like...
When did that come out, Molly?
October 12th. On my wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
They know. They're doing it for me.
They couldn't have been more perfect for you. I know a lot of people don't like it when directors cast their spouse. I love his wife.
Yeah, she's the best.
Amazing.
Like
Eagle.
Yep, if she ever doesn't show up in one of these shows, I'm gonna throw a fit because she is so good.
Have you ever seen Hush?
Oh, I was just about to bring that up. Hush is crazy. crazy.
It's like such an incredible horror movie. It's like horror, but it's more along the lines of a thriller.
It is
But
insane.
she
No,
carries that movie
the
on her
first
back.
picture came up as a guy looking through the window. Absolutely not.
Hush is
It's-
wild.
It's worth a watch though.
Yeah.
And the sound design in it is so good.
It has a
Yeah,
93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I've never even heard of it.
It's
Well,
good.
I thought Flanagan directed it, but he didn't.
He did.
Oh, he did
Said
direct it. He
Director
did
Mike
direct it.
Flanagan.
That's right.
Yeah.
He did direct it.
Screenplay by him and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, I'm looking at the cast for this time around, and I'm excited for what this cast is going to be able to do.
I know Raul Cooley is good in just about anything he's in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's hot.
Yeah, I see it.
He ain't bad to look at.
No.
I also love Carla Gugino. Seeing her
Yeah.
get she's been really good in these series as well.
Oh man, ever since I saw her in Watchmen, I was in love.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
Samantha Sloyan was the one I was looking up her name because her character in Midnight Mass, I don't think I've ever hated anyone like I hated her.
Agreed.
Like she played a
Agreed.
character to hate so well.
Agreed.
The
This
best
cat-
actors
this-
are the characters you despise.
This cast is really good.
It's so good.
really good. I love Henry Thomas. Right,
Mhm.
Henry Thomas is playing head usher, if you will.
Elliot.
Zach Gilford is back, who was in Midnight Mass for you Friday Night Lights fan. That's QB2. The cast is really good. Carl Lumbly is in this.
Also, Carla Gugino, if that's how you pronounce.
That's what I just said. Carla
Yeah,
Oh, did
he
you?
brought her up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading
He
through.
clearly
the whole-
was not listening to a single.
I
word.
wasn't. I was looking through the cast, and I was like, "God damn, this is such a good cast."
She was the older Sally Jupiter in Watchmen.
And she played the mama in Hill House, which
Yeah.
again, that new scene just
We got to get Jill to watch all of those. She
Yes.
would love Hill House.
Yeah.
I'm mind blown that she.
I
had-
would love, and it's not going to happen, but I would love for her to do reactions for the Patreon.
Oh,
I think that would be really
Mm.
cool to have her record her watching those episodes because she would probably have some really good reactions.
There's some really good like jump scare moments in the
oh
show.
yes.
Yeah.
There
Especially like, and
definitely
it's fun to rewatch too because there's so many things that you would probably miss if you're not specifically looking for them.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that's the one we all brought up before we went live. So I'm glad that was brought up because we're all looking forward to that very much.
I actually
Bit
bought Hill House on Blu-ray when it came out because it's got commentaries for every episode.
Ooh, nice,
So
nice.
FYI.
That Flanagan he seems like that type of director.
Mhm.
And I think that's why I like him so much because he just seems like a very old school type of director where he does that type of stuff.
When he's doing his movie, especially like you could, I mean, he's pretty much writing, direct, like doing all of it, and you can just be, you're just like, tell me more. Because that show looks so
Yeah, I'm gonna binge that so hard,
good. Yeah,
so hard because I don't think
Molly-
Gabby's gonna watch something like that.
Molly and Alex are gonna disappear in
Bye.
days.
All right, we got our first super chat of the show, everybody. I'm gonna bring that up before we go to Brian. Brian, you'll go next with your movie or TV show. This one comes from Dark Car. Thank you, Dark Car. Being Canadian, I have a shout out to Letterkenny's spinoff. Shoresy season 2 starts September 29th.
Ooh, I didn't know there was a Letterkenny spinoff.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, what is Letterkenny?
Letterkenny is, you have to Google it and see. It's like, it was started by kind of like nobodies. I think it was just like an internet show that these younger guys started, but it's like these Canadian hillbillies. It's like,
Love it.
I want to say, it's been so long since I watched any of it, and I didn't finish Letterkenny, but knowing that there's a
So-
spinoff makes me want to finish it.
This is what Google has down. This comedy showcases the antics of the residents of Letterkenny, a small rural community in Canada. Siblings Wayne and Katie run a small farm and produce stand, with Wayne's friends Daryl and Squirrely Dan helping out. Many of the town's inhabitants fall into one of several groups, which include the farmers or hicks, the out-of-towners on the local hockey team, the local drug addicts, and the natives, who are members of the local First Nation. Letterkenny began its life as a YouTube series called Letterkenny Problems.
Mhm.
This sounds
Oh, that's
It's
valid.
worth looking into at least because it is hilarious.
It's giving Super Trooper like that, like
Mm.
like
Kind
that type
of.
of group. That
Yes.
group,
Yeah.
But it's also very Canadian.
Well, they're
if you like that
Canadian.
stuff.
That's funny.
Oh, that's true.
That is funny. Thank you, Dark Car. Appreciate that. Brian, you're up next. What kind of movie or television show would you like to bring up?
I have so many.
Well, you only get a chance to bring up one.
Are we gonna go around one more time at least?
We have a couple questions, so I can't guarantee it.
I can't decide between two. I mean, I'll just say we already know how much I've already talked about. I can't wait for Percy Jackson, so I'll skip.
Me too.
Jake, I don't know if you saw this because you're not watching trailers, but Apple just dropped a trailer for Lessons in Chemistry with Brie
I know
Larson.
of it with Brie Larson.
Oh my God, it looks so good. And for those of you that don't know, that was basically like the #1 book of the year last year.
It's based on a book?
Yeah, it was literally like the most I think it got rated or put as the most popular book of 2022.
Got it.
And I should have expected it to be having a movie, but Percy Jackson is December 20th. But the fact that Brie Larson is doing it, and the movie seems to be like right
up.
It's a TV
show, Brian.
TV show.
A TV show?
It's a TV
on Apple
show.
Plus.
Oh, even better. Perfect. I thought it was a movie because I was wondering how they were going to cram, because the book's a thick girl. Like it's it's a decent.
How many C's? How many C's?
I go 3. Yeah. So it looks right up Apple's alley in the sense of like it gave me like season 1 of For All Mankind vibes.
Ooh, that's a big
well, because it's
big, Brian.
It's set back
Speaking
in the
of
50s.
For All Mankind.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure. Wait, what? Because For All Mankind started in the 60s?
Yeah, the space race.
Okay. So this Lessons in Chemistry is in the 50s, but it has that like just stepped into old timey feel. Like it looks like it was filmed in the 50s.
I mean, we've seen Apple's productions are pretty insane. So
I really, really I wish you would watch that trailer because you would.
I'm gonna watch the show.
Oh, I know. But like, it's just like when I saw that, I was like, this is screaming Jake a la like Miss Maisel type vibe.
Oh, that's very bold.
I'll believe me. I'm not lightly throwing this around.
I'm gonna watch it. I honestly I don't think she's the best actress on the planet. I think she's one of them, but I will watch anything that Brie Larson's in. I don't understand why she gets the hate she gets. I think she's very good in almost everything that she does. I mean, she's an Oscar winner for God's sakes. Like, whether it's her and Captain Marvel stuff or her doing an original film or doing a TV show, like I honestly like watching her in most things that I see her in. And I remember seeing the announcement for it because she posted about it. I didn't watch the trailer, but I'm definitely gonna watch it when it comes out.
Also, Lewis Pullman is in it, and I adore him.
Yeah.
For those, if you saw Top Gun Maverick, he is.
Come on, Brian. It's the easiest name to remember. Bob.
I wanted to say I couldn't get Frank out of my head, and I knew that was
Bob.
Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, what a great callback. Hi, Bob. I'm not going to bring up For All Mankind season 4, but that does come out this year, and I'm hyped about it.
That's just a given.
That's an obvious decision. Brian, you need to finish season 3 as soon as you can.
Well, every time I think I've gone over to Jake's house, they're watching the last episode of that show, and I basically watched all 3 seasons, knowing how the season.
You probably don't
ends.
even remember what happened.
Oh, I remember very clearly because
Okay,
I was
fair enough.
flabbergasted. When
Fair
it
enough.
happened.
Fair enough. Look, there's a lot of the movie side of things has got very interesting. Like for mine, it would have been an immediate Dune Part 2, but Dune Part 2 is no longer coming out this year. So the movies side of things has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat for me. There's not a whole lot coming out the rest of the year. There's a few things that I'm very much looking forward to. But the one that I did want to talk about just got brought up in the chat. Monsters, the Apple series, the Godzilla series.
Oh.
This is so Kurt Russell plays a character and his son Wyatt Russell plays him in a different time. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer. I've seen the photos.
Is there a trailer out already?
There's a trailer for it, apparently.
I haven't seen the trailer.
There's photos for it. I'm very much looking forward to seeing this whole Godzilla verse expanded into TV. And having the Russells, Kurt and Wyatt Russell playing the same character in 2 different time periods is great.
Is it called Monarch Legacy of Monsters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not so much about the monsters, it's about the agency Monarch that was behind the monsters, which I thought was one of the most interesting parts of all of these movies, about this kind of secret organization that's been tracking all of these monsters for decades and decades. I want to learn more about them. I want to see more about them and kind of just learn what they've been doing ever since they first discovered what was going on. And now a confirmation that we're seeing at least 2 different time periods with, Kurt and Wyatt playing the same character is very exciting to me.
That's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Wyatt Russell is such a good actor.
He is. He's a great actor. And funny, he started out in 22 Jump Street. Do you remember him in 22 Jump Street?
Yeah.
The quarterback?
Oh my God.
I don't know if I've ever seen 22.
Oh my God,
it's
Brian.
Hilarious. My name is Yef.
Oh, is that 22?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
But yeah, Legacy of Monsters looks great. So I'm looking forward. Again, Apple Apple does their thing.
There's so much good TV streaming coming.
The fall, we're gonna be jam-packed with stuff. I mean, we have Usher, we have Legacy Monsters, we have For All Mankind, we have Sex Education, we have Percy Jackson. We didn't even mention, but The Continental, which is the John Wick spinoff, that's coming. Gen V, the Boys spinoff, that's coming. Like in 3 months, we're having a lot of stuff, which is really, really cool.
Echo, if you care.
I don't know if that's confirmed to come.
Yeah.
We mentioned Loki.
Yeah.
Loki's coming October 6th.
And it's 6:00 show. Thank you, God. Thank you,
Echo,
God.
I know they're supposed to be dropping all the episodes at once.
Yeah.
So I think
I wouldn't be surprised if that's sometime in December, closer to the end of the year for sure.
Last time it was at least the last time I checked, it was supposed to be Thanksgiving weekend.
It all depends on when Loki finishes, because Loki, that could be near the end of Loki.
So much good TV coming.
Yeah, there is. All right, we're gonna get to a couple questions, and if we have enough time, we'll wrap back around to some other things that maybe weren't mentioned. First one is a super chat from Tim Sim. Thank you, Tim. If you all haven't seen Welcome to Wrexham and are big sports lovers, you got to get on it, as it is both funny and full of heart. And the ending of the 2nd season, without giving spoilers, will be mighty. For those who don't know what this is essentially a real-life Ted Lasso that is headlined by one Ryan Reynolds
and his business partner.
Yeah, they bought a very small Ted Lasso-like soccer team in the UK and basically built it up and got a lot of support behind the team, more than there already was. New facilities, more money into their team, and apparently they're doing really, really good.
Nice.
It's the guy from It's Always Sunny, right?
Yep.
Rob McElhenney. I don't know how to say it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, my swear word inserted here. Sister got to see them play Manchester United in San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was quite jealous. I literally just texted her. I was like, "Do you realize you're in the same stadium as Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively?" And she goes, "I know. It's pretty cool."
Which one would you be more excited to meet, Ryan Reynolds or Blake Lively?
Honestly, probably Blake Lively.
I think I'd go Blake Lively too.
Either one.
The fact that everyone likes Ryan Reynolds, like, and it's the immediately, Jake, if you had to pick a man crush, who's your number one choice? Actually, that's not Ryan Reynolds. Isn't going to be yours. You're probably going to say Jake Gyllenhaal
Or Ryan Gosling.
or Ryan Gosling. But yeah, that's the go-to answer. So I think Blake Lively.
Speaking of Blake Lively, I watched Accepted over the weekend.
Ooh,
I've seen it before.
Old.
I haven't seen it in a while, but that movie is
Is that to ask me about my wiener?
Yeah.
That's,
Okay. I wasn't quite sure.
So good.
that is good.
Molly, have you ever seen what is it, Jake? A Simple Favor?
A Simple Favor, yeah.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
been on my
God.
list of.
I bet
movies
you
to
Jill
watch.
hasn't seen that, and if you guys haven't seen it, I would love to get a reaction at it.
Yes, Molly, it is so good.
I know that time is limited and everything, but
Yeah.
the View Crew is calling.
It is. I will sit there and watch it with you again. It is really.
They're doing a sequel.
I did hear that. Yeah.
They've been saying that forever.
Well, Brian, there's also strikes going on, so
Well, no, I
Yeah.
feel like they've been saying that since like
I mean, it's a
2019.
fairly old movie.
I think
I
it came out in 2018. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
It's good. It's very good.
It's a good movie. But yes, Tim, that is literally might be the next show I watch.
Cool. All right, next one I just want to highlight because she put a comment in here and I got to make sure I bring it up. Gabby said, "Got some gossip. Alex Earl's podcast drops on Thursday. Probably the wrong audience, but whatever."
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
You guys have never heard of Alex Earl? Really? Wow, she's the famous TikTok "Get Ready with Me" girl,
Which one?
like the girl.
I might recognize her if I see her.
Yeah,
What's her name?
that's surprising.
Oh, Alex Earl.
Brian, how much you're on TikTok? I'm surprised.
Oh no, I don't know who that is.
I thought
Okay.
it was the call me daddy.
Call her
me
daddy. It's not her.
Girl.
I
You made her mad. Good night, everyone.
I think I've seen some of her TikToks, but honestly, I do get some makeup TikToks, but most of my TikTok is cute animals and fart jokes.
Not surprised.
Oh my god.
Not surprised.
It's worth joining the Patreon just to see Molly react to the fart monster and Treasure Planet.
There's a great fart related episode of Letterkenny.
Okay. All right, keep that in mind. Next one here comes from Jared. Thank you, Jared. Molly, how much gore do you like in your horror? This is a big question because this is important to the horror genre.
Yeah. I'll say not very much. Unless it makes sense for the story. Like, I don't particularly love Jill's not here. I don't love the Saw movies because feels like torture gore porn. It's a little too over the top for me. I like the first one. I think I saw the second one and maybe the third one, but I don't understand.
15th comes out in like 2 months or something.
I don't understand how they keep getting made. Because didn't he die in the third one?
Yeah, I thought he
that
died.
has never stopped horror movies. But yeah, I'm kind of a take it or leave it. I guess I prefer it on the lighter side. I prefer like paranormal spooky movies. That's like my top tier.
Like suspense horror.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely where I'm at as well. I don't like gore whatsoever. I think some movies just go a little too far with it. There's definitely a line, like if you're in front of the line and it's necessary for the moment, then I'm all for it. But if
just because I just watched it, I'll say in Talk to Me, I did really enjoy that movie. It was very, very intensely scary and creepy, but also pretty gory.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I won't watch it then if it's gory.
But it's one of the instances I think that it made sense for the story.
Okay.
I
have
been wanting to watch it. So.
It was really good. I'd say watch it.
I draw the line, the absolute hard line for me with gore at Scream. the Scream movies.
Those aren't
That's
that
about as far as I'll
gory.
tip.
Like the gutting
you-
and stuff.
Yeah, like the slasher and stuff. Molly, it's not gory. In the fifth one, the guy gets poked through the neck.
Yeah, but there's also I'm kind of on both sides because
I know what you
get
mean.
it, Brian.
You guys are going specifically about like the torture porn type.
Well, no, not so much, but Scream doesn't show it as much as some of these other movies.
That's why
There's,
I like
a
it.
lot of blood.
Yeah.
Just to be expected with
I don't
stab
really
wounds.
But
See, the Scream franchise is my favorite horror franchise, so I'm all for it.
same. I won't really watch any other one.
Yeah. Okay.
And because Ghostface usually is an absolute idiot half the time. And
I love it. I love it so much.
It makes it that much better.
I love
'cause it makes
Ghostface
him-
so much.
Me too. Because it makes him
love it.
seem him or her, whoever,
Yeah.
seem more normal.
Yeah.
I love when he gets like a good smack in the head or like stumbles down the stairs.
It's grunt. Ow!
It's the best.
All right, next question. here
Relatable.
Yes.
Kinda
Yeah, there you go. That's a
humor.
good word. Ambling Soul has the next one for us, and we were talking about Percy Jackson earlier. Are people optimistic about it?
Hell yes.
I think so.
I don't know
a lot-
anything about the books, so I
I
can't
know a
say.
lot of people are up in arms. "Ooh, it made Annabeth black. Who cares?
That
Like-
that is like the stupidest argument in the entire world.
Well, I mean, I think it's more or less just because of like, I mean, they do heavily describe her as like,
That's fine. Who cares?
no, I know. I'm just saying, like, for someone that's like this is how this person is in the book. It's the complete opposite.
For those
but-
people who, and I don't know if any of you watch our show, but for those people who are making that argument, here's the author is giving the AOK to everything on this show.
Yeah, he literally just said like 2 days ago that he can't think of a more direct adaptation to his books than what they're doing right now.
Yeah, they dropped a bunch of new images and quotes and stuff today,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like hyping it up a little bit more. I think it's going to be great. It stars the kid that played the young Ryan Reynolds in
He is
The Adam Project.
Yeah.
The kid's got a great future ahead of him. He's charming and he's got a huge presence on screen for his age.
Ooh, Jason
Um,
Mantzoukas is in it.
Yes.
Jason Mantzoukas and Toby Stevens, which Andy brought up. Thank you. Toby
So,
Stevens
Molly-
is great.
If you don't know, the character that he's playing is the god of wine. So he's basic
Perfect.
like
no
he's
notes.
he's he's in charge of the camp. So and he hates children. So like
Perfect.
it's yeah.
he is like perfectly cast in that.
Yes, it's like that.
And Megan Mullally's gonna be in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a crazy, scary.
The cast is awesome. Cast is awesome.
She's basically this like old lady, scary monster. Like
I
it's
think
perfection cast so
That's
far.
exactly what I want to grow up to be.
Yeah.
I think this is the first Disney Plus series outside of Star Wars and Marvel that I've been like, okay, they can do other things. Like they are capable of telling other stories outside of those universes because of this series. Like they did National Treasure earlier this year or maybe last year, which I like to an extent, but it didn't give me confidence in them able to tell stories outside of the other universes. This is the one that I think will be able to make people realize that Disney Plus can tell stuff outside of Star Wars and Marvel.
The only thing that's really sad is Lance Reddick was Zeus.
Yeah.
He would have been such a good. He's like that voice is perfect for Zeus.
Yeah.
So
Did you guys watch Willow?
no.
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, I watched Willow. I loved Willow.
Okay. I was
But
gonna say,
obviously it
let's
was
not forget
canceled.
about Willow.
But obviously it was
though
canceled. So
they
yeah.
I-
made us forget about it.
You're right.
because they
You're
took
right.
it
You're
away.
right. Willow, you're right. Correct.
Okay.
Gordon, yeah, Edge is playing Ares. I know a lot of people are up in arms in that. I think he looks perfect for Ares. He's freaking ginormous.
Who's Edge?
A wrestler.
What a cool name.
That
is a cool
Adam
name. That's the only
Copeland.
name. He just goes by Edge.
In wrestling, yeah.
Like The Rock. It's The Rock. It's
Yeah, basically. Adam Copeland, is his
Does he throw people over the edge?
norm, probably. But yeah, no. Oh god, it looks, just from what we've seen, it looks so good. I love the fact that Rick Riordan is like, he's basically like Filoniing it, where it's like, you're not doing this without my permission type thing. Which in this case, like, I'm fine with it, because those 2 movies that they attempted after reading the books are some of the biggest piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life. They maybe touched 10% of each of those books, at most 15, and the rest they just changed and did their own thing.
Dang.
Which they're allowed to.
Not if they're gonna say it's a based off of the novel. Like, they literally changed.
Based off of the novel doesn't mean they have to tell the exact story.
Well,
I'm just saying we don't need
that's
to.
what we're expecting.
I'm just saying
But
creators can adapt things the way they want to.
Those movies walked so these new ones could run.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but and also the fact that it's a TV show, not a movie, is it's one of those books. It needed to be.
Let's just hope Disney Plus doesn't screw it up. That's all.
Well, apparently it's so good they already started doing season 2. So
well, they announced it. They haven't started filming yet. They can't.
Well, yeah, obviously, but yeah.
Pay your writers.
Yeah, pay your writers.
Yeah,
there's your cue, everybody. Vapion, what kind of question is that, my dude? Jake, did you watch the show Vikings? Come on.
Ask him how many.
I don't think Vapion was here when we had the Vikings talk.
Yeah, the question should, Jake, how many times have you watched the show Vikings?
Yeah.
Yes, I've watched Vikings. I've watched the spinoff of Vikings as well, they're all great. They're awesome.
Have you not heard him?
Ragnar for life.
One of the millionth times he screamed for Valhalla.
Yeah, facts.
He'll do it in the middle of the movie.
I'm going to yell that when my son's born. No, I won't.
I just found out that there is a Viking-themed meadery in a city near us.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
There's a Viking-themed meadery near us.
Is it just giant slabs?
No, mead, like very strong barley wine. Yeah.
I'm down. Skull! Reefism, to answer your question, there's 8 episodes in the first season. I think you can probably, going forward, if it's not announced or thought of, Disney would probably set the number at 8. It seems like for the most part, their episode count is 8 or at least around
Percy Jackson?
8. No, just in general, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Most of their shows are around the 8 number.
8 or 9.
Yeah, it varies. Like Boba Fett was 9, WandaVision was 9, Summer 8. Yeah, so it definitely varies, but I would expect most to be 8 around this time.
Percy Jackson is consisting of 8 episodes.
Yeah. All right, before we get to our final question, because Tim did ask me to leave it for the last part of the show, do you guys want to rapid fire one other thing that you might be looking forward to, if you have anything? I know Brian did, but Molly, go ahead.
Scott Pilgrim Takes Off comes on Netflix November 17th.
Oh my god, I feel like they just announced that.
Yeah, the whole cast is coming back for it. Oh, I cannot wait.
That's awesome.
Did you hear the thing that Chris Evans, RIP him being single, he posted or put on not TikTok, Twitter or something, that I guess at the time of filming Scott Pilgrim,
the Michael Cera thing.
Yeah, and all the evil exes, they were in a giant group chat, and that Michael Cera just responded to a message they sent him. Like this,
he responded to an email.
Yeah, to an email 7 years later, and they're like, "Dude,
that's incredible."
Yeah, no, Chris Evans' response was, "Michael, where the f have you been?"
He's been Allening around.
Yeah.
Oh, Alan.
Oh, Alan.
Brian, did you have anything?
I'm
surprised you're not mentioning it.
Well, I snuck in the ones that Gen Z was going to be one of them.
I'm surprised you're not mentioning a movie, though.
The Marvels?
The Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna bring that one up in
Fuck
honor of
me up,
Jill, but
yes.
I don't think I
Yeah.
care much about him.
Oh my god. I pray they don't screw this movie up. Like,
I'll probably
mean,
see it.
I'll try to see it. I don't know if I'll be able to.
I would put this in the 4 books. I would put this at number 2 of the
Behind
book.
which one? Catching Fire?
Yeah, Catching Fire is the best book and the best movie.
Yes, that is true.
But this book was phenomenal. It's funny because I started to read it, got like 50 pages in, and there was just so much going on that it was hard to pay attention. And then I threw on the audiobook, and it was incredible. Like, I cannot wait for this movie. It looks...
I still haven't seen a trailer for it.
You don't really need to, honestly. I think I've seen it one time and just didn't watch it again after. Like, oh, you truly don't. The only thing you need to know going into this movie is that it's basically President Snow's origin.
You know, I know it's like 70 plus years of past or whatever, but
I think I saw a teaser trailer in the theater when we were seeing something else. But
probably I mean, they're slowly starting to...
I'm looking forward to it. It comes out November, the week before Thanksgiving, so has a chance to do some big money. There's nothing major coming out the week after. Napoleon comes out, which probably won't make a lot of money, and then Disney's Wish, which has yet to really start marketing itself. So it has a chance to do pretty good.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they follow the book, then by all means, it should just be incredible.
Cool.
The only other movie that I had pulled up, it's like so random, but I forgot. A24 is doing a Priscilla.
Oh yeah,
Presley
which is getting huge
movie.
Oscar buzz.
Sofia Coppola.
Oh really? I heard it was
huge
getting
Oscar
crashed.
buzz. No, apparently, well, as far as the performances are getting huge Oscar buzz.
Because I saw the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie, and I actually really, really liked it. So I'm excited for her story to be told.
People are saying that the girl who plays her I think it's Kaylee Spanny, and Jacob Elordi are both getting like buzz around their performances because he plays Elvis.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited
that'll
for
be
that one.
Yeah. All right. Final question before we wrap the show up here. This one comes from
Love is Blind.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, I just like talking shit about that show with Molly and Gabby and Alex.
All right, Tim. Thank you so much for the super chat here. To be safe for last, if it's fine to say tonight, then how excited are you all for this new galaxy we are possibly going to discover in Ahsoka tomorrow night?
It's gonna be wild.
Pretty excited.
Yeah, it's like I think we're all excited, but it's such like okay, let's see it.
I don't think it's gonna be that wildly different from anything we've seen before, but I am excited to get the story moving in the right direction to figure out more about what Baylan and Shin and Morgan are doing, and Thrawn, of course. But yeah, I'm ready to like get the story going.
Yeah, I agree.
Same.
There's not a lot to say. Like we're kind of just anticipating it.
Yeah,
just like waiting to see it.
Very much. I'm very much just riding the wave on this one. Like I'm not making predictions. I'm not. I rave about it when the episode comes out, and that's about the most I'm doing with it because I'm not. This is absolutely one of those things. Like if you set your thing too high, you're gonna bitch about it. And just if you enjoy the ride, it's gonna be some of the greatest stuff you've ever seen.
To be honest, like so far, I think aside from Sabine going with Baylan, the show's been pretty predictable. And I feel like that has led a lot of people to not really make any more crazy predictions for what's going to happen.
Also, this show is literally a direct ripoff of Treasure Planet.
Okay, let's not give it some flack.
Nothing in Star Wars is original.
I'm
it's
kidding.
fine.
Jake, did you? I think you actually. I think it might have been you. The Our Flag Means Death. That season 2 comes out in October.
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
I'm excited for that.
Wait, the Taika Waititi show?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I didn't watch the first season. So,
It's good.
yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Give me The Amazing Race. That's what I'm waiting for. My mom and I have almost watched every single season at this point. It's a lot.
Is it amazing?
Yep. It's an absolute race.
A
Are you going to
plus.
watch American Horror Story?
No, I gave up on it.
I did too. And especially the second I heard Kim Kardashian, then I was like, I'm good.
I'm so disappointed on the direction that they took that show that I'm just kind of like, no thanks. I'll watch the seasons that I like and move on. Now we have Flanagan, so
Yeah.
It's fine.
Flanagan's the king.
The passing of the garb, or whatever that saying's called.
Scotty, to answer your question, I'm going to try to do one this week, actually. Might be my last chance for just a little bit to do one. So I'm going to try to get one out this week, probably later in the week, aiming for Thursday. But if you follow me on Twitter, that's where you'll find the information. But yes, I'm going to try to do one this week.
And shout out Wheel of Time. It's been good so far.
oh yeah,
it's
totally forgot about that.
They did
I've
zero
really enjoyed it so
advertising
far.
for it.
I've really enjoyed it, and I think the second season has been very good so far. I'm interested in where it's going and how it's going to finish, but so far so good. So, all right, everybody, we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead and close out the show for the evening. Thank you guys for joining us, hanging out, talking some movies, television. Everyone who wrote in questions, we appreciate you all. We'll do some quick plugs where you can find us for the rest of the week, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Brian, why don't you start us off? Where can everyone find you online?
Bia Volcino on Twitter and Instagram. God darn it, I'm gonna lose my fantasy game that I was hoping I would win. Yeah, that's about it.
Not doing any streams or anything.
Oh yeah. Hopefully,
You're terrible at this stuff.
I keep forgetting that we're doing it, because how many weeks have we been saying like, okay, we're gonna do it, and then we did.
Well, I was asking you to set it up, and
How many weeks have you been saying?
I don't know what I'm doing, so I shouldn't be.
I didn't know what I was doing either, and I figured it out.
Yeah, but you set up the whole entire thing before, so I don't know why you would think I'd know how to do it. Spooky stream. I think we're doing Wednesday. I don't see why we wouldn't. I'm gonna play Five Nights at Freddy's. God help me. And I guess they've made.
There will be more information on
Jumpy
Wednesday,
scares.
but the way that it works is there's jump scares for priced super chats is how it's going to work. And Brian will be able to explain it a little bit more on the Wednesday stream.
And they haven't told me what they are either.
He doesn't know what the clips are. He doesn't know what they are. And he's going to be playing the game, and you're going to be able to scare him by sending in a super chat.
It's like 1, 3, 5, 10, 20.
Yes,
I believe
correct.
so like the more money you give,
yes,
possibly the more scared Brian will be.
Yeah, they're set up at tier level scares, essentially, is how they're set up.
Is this
It's gonna be
technically a
fun.
form of prostitution?
No. Moving on.
That's,
Don't say that too loud, or the YouTube people
goodness,
will hear
Brian, goodness.
Well, I mean, I'm whoring myself out to the scaries.
I mean, that would mean that me and Alex are whoring ourselves out for our Star Wars knowledge.
Good for you. I mean,
Which is basically what we do.
Molly, how about you? Where can everyone find you guys? Or you?
You can find me at Molly Damon on Twitter, Molly Mander on Instagram, and Star Wars Explained for all of your Star Wars wants and needs. We'll be streaming on Wednesday as well, just talking about the new episode, and then
we'll be there.
probably doing a Lego stream on Thursday.
Awesome.
What are you building on Lego again? Sorry, I can't remember.
Alex is still building the Yavin 4 set. It's fine. I'm like waiting for him to finish so I can get started on the Hocus Pocus house.
Oh yeah. Oh, I need to send you the link for the lights.
Yeah.
All right,
Shit in Hawaii.
few cleanup things here for POV real quick. One, Friday, September 29th, the next episode of Happy Hour is coming. It
We're
is
back, baby.
locked in.
Oh no, is it a
Jill,
Friday?
Jill and Molly will be there live, hanging out, drinking, getting the spooks going.
Our
before we
livers
head
have
into October. So
pretty much recovered from Dragon
Yeah,
Con,
so-
so
book that. That'll be Friday, September 29th. And then the day before on the POV Patreon, if you are interested, we are doing Toy Story bar movie trivia. It is Brian's birthday month. He decided it's his favorite movie franchise, and we are doing Toy Story 1 through 3. We are not doing the fourth. It'll be 1 through 3. That'll be happening on the Patreon. Link is in the description. Go ahead and check that out. It's patreon.com/viewcrew. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you message us on the Twitter, message us on Discord if you want to be a part of it. That'll be happening the Thursday before. For myself, at Qui-Gon Jake, 2 N's, because someone else took it before I did, on X, on Instagram, on Threads. Anywhere you can find me with that is there. And then, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I'm going to be trying to do the Whiskey Jedi a little bit later this week as well. Possibly talking Ahsoka, but more so talking things that I'm currently watching, which the Wheel of Time was going to be included in that. So love to have you join me. But for now, that's going to wrap it up here on POV. Check us out all over social media. Check out that Patreon. We're live every Monday. And then catch us on Twitter and X for everything updates-wise. Thank you guys as always. We appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.